This is episode 301, Double Brunch Weekend. You guys going to see DBW?
They catch DBW down at the Denny's.
What's up, Denny's?
What the fuck is up, Denny's? that legend. That kid's probably
40 now.
years old. Hey, in this episode, we talk about a lot of music things and some music tech and
Star
and
Wars.
the giveaway Star Wars made
And
it
the
in
giveaway.
there.
And the giveaway. And Star
The
Wars.
giveaway Riff Contest has begun. So listen closely. You got to listen all the way to the end, or you'll fucking miss it.
We almost did. It's the tone control.
Well,
Hi.
hey,
How's it going?
pretty good, actually. It's all right.
All right.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, I just broke something that I was holding. I fucked up, guys. Oh man. It's fine. We're fine. Hey,
Yeah.
I had today off work,
Okay.
which is great because I had Granite State Comic Con all weekend.
Right.
And your boy is sore, right? You know, it's tough.
yeah.
It's tough standing on a concrete floor all day when you're used to not doing that. Mm-hmm. When you're used to sitting on your butt.
You need a cushion there or something, huh?
Yeah, so my back hurts, and it's fine. I'll be fine. But the convention was great, you know, in case anyone was curious, to the surprise of no one.
To the surprise of nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody at all.
Yeah, so met a bunch of really great people, and the thing that I broke was actually something that somebody gave me, and I feel really bad about it now.
Oh, no.
But this guy I met at last year's convention, followed me on Instagram then, and has been just kind of just seeing what I'm up to, just like everyone else, and then really got super interested in the NFC token thing that I've been doing. Mm-hmm. So he reached out, and we were talking about it, and he's been designing his own now, and he brought me one, and this has got a little droid on it.
Yeah.
And on the other side, it's two-sided. It just says, visit the Gonk Vault, which is his Etsy shop. So now I've got just like the evolution of my own idea here.
Right.
Like with somebody else, like, hey, I brought you version 3. I'm like, oh, awesome. Somebody else traded me this very cool laser cut piece of leather with their clan sigil on it, which is super cool. I got these like really great little greeblies that are in like a cool reddish,
It's a little access card thingy.
Yeah, I got a few of these, like just cool like little panels, little detail
Chunks
panels
of stuff.
Yeah, 3D printed, of course. And where would we be without Duck Vader?
Rainbow Duck Vader.
Rainbow Duck Vader. Same guy who. There he is. There is everybody. Rainbow Duck Vader, new official mascot of the Tone Control. You're welcome.
Okay.
But yeah, the same guy who made these greeblies and the NFC thing started designing little print and place gonk droids too. So he like printed this up and brought it, and the feet move and stuff, and it makes like little clickies.
Oh, cool.
And check this out too, like an Imperial. It's hard to see, like an Imperial storage crate.
Oh yeah.
And inside there's a little droid. So I got all kinds of great stuff, and it was like so cool to meet so many great makers and people and fans of all that stuff. And our friend of the show, Taylor, came on Sunday for the second day of the con and brought his like mostly complete R2-D2 build, which was fucking awesome and like just the greatest thing to see it in person finally. And he was like, I think he was feeling a little maybe a little nerve-wracked about it. It was a stressful day, like to get over there and to move it for the first time, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Not really sure what to expect, I guess. And then we roll in on the cart and it got all the R2 parts, and all the builders flock over. They're like, "So, tell me everything." So everybody got warmed up pretty quick, which was amazing. So, yeah, super fun weekend. Busy. I'm so tired. If I have to say the words, everything you're seeing here is 3D printed one more time. Like I'm just gonna lose it.
But, yeah, you kind of signed up for that one, but
I did.
You need that on an
sold
NFC,
some things.
I guess.
I do, right? Scan here to hear the spiel.
Oh, that's right. You'd be like a little museum, right? You just scan here, and it's got your thing, and they could just, walk 2 feet to your left. You're now standing in front of,
Chopper,
the guided tour.
Chopper's dome was printed in one piece. It took 5 days. Yes, 5 days.
Pause for applause.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was cool to like see some people again from last year. They're like, "Oh, you were here last time, right? Like, I think I saw this stuff." And I was like, "Yeah." Mm-hmm. And so that was really fun. Lots of new faces, lots of kids. It's always really fun with kids because they're like, "Is that a 3D printer?" Because I had my smallest printer with me. And it's just, I was making little coins like this. Just had a Star Wars thing on the front, and on the back they said Granite State Comic Con 2025. Mm-hmm. And I was giving them out. And they're like, what is that doing? In that kind of the kid way of like, excuse me, who approved this? sort of way. Is that a 3D printer? Yeah. And so we're like talking to kids about that. It was really fun. But yeah, dude, good weekend.
That's awesome, man.
How was your time between episodes?
My time between episodes was dandy. Cranking along on work stuff, and we had, I had a nice weekend. We did we ran out on the bike trail for we took our bikes out. We haven't done just like a family day very much since we moved, and so it was like, yeah, let's do the thing. Like, we have this bike rack, let's do the thing we're supposed to do. So we go, there's a place to pick up the trail not too far from here, and there's a nice restaurant there, and we made it back in time for their brunch menu to still be on, which if I've somehow gotten through over 10 years of this podcast without explaining to everybody that, as far as I'm concerned, breakfast food is the best food, that's a feature of me. So whenever there's breakfast on the menu, I am compelled.
Justin's on board. Yeah.
So, and then the place we were at, we went out. We decided it was just like a weekend of hanging out, family, right? Like doing things with just us or whatever. And so it was like the next day, it was like, let's go and just go down to the place and watch. Let's watch the football at 1 o'clock. The sports team from my area was playing the sports team from someone else's area, and we were like, let's go down to the place where they'll put it on the TV. And they had their brunch menu on until 2.
Oh, no.
And I was like, I wasn't even going to order food, but now you have compelled me.
Double brunch.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, man.
So it was a double brunch weekend. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
That's
I
great.
Like that. Yeah.
I ate very little all weekend. I wish I had double brunch. Cool, dude.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There's like tons of other stuff, but I'm like, those are the highlights for sure.
Right.
Gosh, yeah.
Yeah. I think I probably mentioned this already, but it is pretty cool when your kid can take the bus. I feel like we had some growing pains here when we first moved. I think we're settling into a groove. We're having good mornings, we're having good afternoons, and she just goes off and then comes home, which is, pretty nice.
Like the ease of that, yeah.
Right. And does her homework quickly and then runs off to play with the neighbor kid, be back at 5:15, comes back at, let's be honest, like 5:29. But she came back, so it was like, all right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So
very good.
It's all right. Yeah.
Very good. I love that.
Yeah, and then that's right, Alex, and then they'll learn to drive. I have a feeling I'm going to have a slow one on that, but you never know. A lot of kids are going slow on that these days. couple of my friends' kids were like fully like 18 or 19 years old and like going, oh, fine, I'll get a license. Yeah.
Out of just disinterest? Or
Yeah.
like not a strong need to
I think it's
need to drive?
we speculate, but yeah, I think uninterested is there's no hanging out at the mall. You know, like what did I do when I drove when I was 16, 17, 18?
Honestly, it's because it's also a social media thing, I bet, because like that was it. That's for me it was a Baskin Robbins.
Yeah, it was go to a place where your friends are, and now it's right here.
There's
it's
no
on
need
your
to do
thumbs.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but I don't know. Whatever.
Not wanting to rely on others to drive. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm actually I'm driving tomorrow to Worcester to go see Sleep Token. Fuck yeah.
Sweet.
Very excited. We're rolling up. It's going to be great. Going down after work.
Fucking A. How far is Worcester from you?
Without traffic, you can hit it like in an hour.
What the fuck does without traffic matter?
I don't know, like driving back from a gig in Worcester.
Okay, driving back from a gig. There you go. I was like, wait, in what universe would that be a relevant number to know?
Well, when I leave Worcester at like fucking midnight or something like that, you know, it's an hour. But I think we'll probably hit some traffic tomorrow. There's the U.S. Sleep Token tour, so like it's going to be a big deal. But I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah,
no, that's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. I was listening to some of that Dinosaur Pileup, which is a fabulous fucking band name.
Okay. Yeah, isn't it?
Are we in now?
Let's dive in.
Let's dive in. Yeah.
Rainbow Duck Vader wants to know your thoughts on the new Dinosaur Pileup record.
I like the vibe. I like the feel of things. This is another thing where I am always listening to I can't help but like listen to the mix of things and try to I'm always trying to understand like where am I landing with my expectations of how mixes sound and the era that they're from? Because there's a time when you can place something in time. And then there's more recently, and I even saw like an article in a publication to this effect too. And it's like this idea has been churning around in my mind. Like mixes are spreading out. And I wonder if I could have written down, I feel like I predicted this, like when everything was streaming and you could now like loudness normalize everything, I feel like that had a chance to cause homogenization, right? Yeah. But I thought that the opposite would probably happen. And I think it is. I think things are getting like less samey and still being good. And, you know, to this effect, like something was written about that.
Records you're hearing from present day are like more unique sounding, like they sound like their own piece of work rather than everything else?
Like I think about, I reference mixes when I'm mixing to keep myself from drifting, right? To keep myself in line. A lot of times, mostly in line with the client's taste. Because I'm trying to achieve like what their goals are, and I'm not like a famous mixer that people are like, oh, we want your sound. You know what I mean? So it's kind of along those lines. They are dissimilar, and it's like this sounds good, but it's like we're not landing in a spot where the bass levels, you know, the bass versus kick, the foundation of the mix stuff is all landing in the same spot. Like it's really different song to song or you know, production to production. And so the reason this is coming up is because I put this on and I feel like they just nailed what a mix in this genre could be and be modern, but it would be just as at home if it was back then, it would probably be the most fucking killer mix that anybody had ever heard. You know what I mean? Like if it was if it came out at the forefront of when this sort of like, would we say punk kind of genre was
like hard punk? Yeah. Like this sort of,
almost I don't know, because nothing sounded like that even then. So it's funny. It's funny, but it makes me think of like, you know, they've achieved something here, but it's not like super hi-fi or anything. And there's plenty of like, I can hear that this is like, you know, one bass, one drums, one, you know what I mean? And it's not all the glitzy stuff.
Yeah, they're a trio. And I think, that rawness comes through.
Yeah.
I feel that with their previous albums too. Like I haven't been following all of their releases that closely.
Yeah.
But
so it's in the songwriting then.
I think this song or this album, the new, what is it called? We're talking about Dinosaur Pileup. The album is called I Felt Better. And it's 39 minutes of just riffs and drums, baby.
I mean, there we go. That's like genre appropriate too, isn't it? 39 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like slow punk almost. I don't know what you'd call it.
Slow punk. Is it
like
slow?
It's not fast. It's not fast poppy punk, but it's also not like there's not a lot of like Ramones style downstroking. It's not fast as like fast as punk can be. It's got this other thing to it that's just like there's a lot of going on.
I right, exactly. I feel like it's the kind of thing where you put up, like during this production, they put up the guitar amp. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and you know what I mean? It was like
probably a full stack. Like you can really feel that like they're pushing this album into the ceiling a little bit, but not like in a loudness way.
Right.
It's like in like a fullness way almost.
I know I haven't like scoured the thing for find if this is really true, but it just seems like the sort of thing where everything on there was made by the stuff that was art. You know, they didn't go, let's go ahead and, like I'm about to say, like, let's go find the tambourine. Like nobody went to find the tambourine on this album. There might be tambourine on it. I don't fucking know.
I know what you mean. But also I'm curious to like if you have a closer listen, like try to pick out the harmonies, right? It doesn't seem like an album that's got harmonies, but it's full of them.
It's loaded. Yeah. And but I think that's a genre trait, right? It's the vibe of we're really kicking ass here and tracing fifths in a vocal. You know what I mean? Like
exactly. Yeah.
Which I always felt like that juxtaposition was excellent.
It's the Nirvana
kind of
model,
music,
right? Like it's
kind of, yeah.
So like so rough around the edges and like just screamy big riffs and stuff about like crazy lyrics and stuff, but also it's got a little pop tilt, right? It's got a little something in it that's catchy as fuck by design.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
Cool.
So anyway,
that's it.
I
found out about that band. I think I mentioned this. I found out about that band because I was looking into who created the albums or the early Royal Blood albums.
Oh,
and I was looking into personnel, like engineers and producers and stuff like that, like who worked on these albums that wasn't the band, because I wanted to know what other albums they did. And Dinosaur Pileup came up as like, I think the same engineer or something like that, or maybe just the same studio even. And I just thought the name sounded crazy and put on a song and I was like, oh fuck, this is cool.
It's a good name.
Dinosaur Pileup,
proud of them.
Yeah, it's good.
Because like, what does that mean, man?
It means band, right? Like it means it's a band.
Yeah.
So, man, I have like so many things, so many recommendations to like share right now or today or this episode.
Recommendation show. We got some other stuff to do though. We can't do a whole recommendation show.
We do.
We can piece them out. It's totally. We could be throwing stuff like that in there.
All right,
maybe we should do like a what have you been
music.
listening? You know what I mean? Maybe that should be a segment, like a what are we doing? What have we been listening to lately?
I feel like we had to have done this at some point, but good idea.
Probably, but like we can roll back because we let all our segments go after like 3 episodes, so nothing ever gets actually used up by us.
So let's do that since we're talking about music right now. I've been listening to Dinosaur Pileup, of course. I've been listening to this band I found on Instagram called Cheap 52, and they have a sound that is very like, it just makes me nostalgic for the time that I was in a small local band doing original music. It feels like the kind of thing that another band in our sort of class would have been doing. It just has that like, it's not huge yet. I'm not in a I found it before it got big way, but in like a it doesn't feel super polished and super put together yet. It's still really fluid and really flexible and has a real like open and airiness to it that I just think low budget production stuff kind of ends up sounding like, which makes me feel like old bands when I was a kid, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That there was just like
Right.
a certain sound.
When we were kids, it was in this era of production where the underground music, the not signed to a record label stuff, was expanding because the technology had started shrinking, but it wasn't super. You still had to like. There was still a big difference, I think, between a big studio and a small studio.
Oh, of course,
right? And so that's the sound, that's the vibe that like.
It just feels like it would have fit at that time for me, right? Like if somebody had said like, oh, this was a band in, I don't know, 2011 from Maine, right? Or from like somewhere in New England, right? Like it feels appropriate.
Yeah.
Would have shared a bill with a band like this kind of thing. Anyway, so they're like a indie rock type of thing. But the dude, I don't know his name. I just found them very recently. Dude has the fucking chops. Like he can play, and you can tell he's the singer as well. So you can tell there's a real relationship between the guitar parts and the vocal parts from a like duet standpoint almost. So of course there's like the chords he's playing and singing along, but he's like riffy too at the same time. And there's just a lot of like I wouldn't really call it call and response necessarily, but it's got a thing about it where it's like very clearly put together at a level above just chords and melody,
Yeah.
So pairing
the arrangement happened
with
at the same time, kind of
Knopfler-esque. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Different style of playing.
Derek was
and a different
responding
style.
to Alex, not to me.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Akin to Mark Knopfler. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not in the style of playing or music, of course, but like in the just approach or the final result, maybe. So they're called Cheap 52. I think the song to recommend is Wish in Twos. There's a few others that I really like on the album too, but it's just got like, I don't know, it's really familiar sounding to me, but fresh. Anyway.
Nice.
Are you listening to anything?
Well, so I listened to, I can't remember, you or Tyler came back after we brought up Elliot on a recent episode, probably last episode. And so this Mirrorless EP, there's only one song on it yet. Oh no, there's two. There was only one the last time I listened to this. So this is like a new band from the same guy.
One of the guys from
Elliot. So I played that, and it's like one song, and it was at the time, and I was like, okay. I wasn't gonna write to anybody about it, kind of thing. It seems fine.
I want to hear the whole EP, but I agree. It's like I can hear him in it, and it's a pretty different band. But it's cool.
Pretty different band, which is cool. That's great. There could easily be something there. And I like to see something where it's not like you say, it's a pretty different band. It's not he's having fun. He's doing something. Yeah. If you did the same thing, then it's like, I don't know. Is this the only thing? So have you just been missing it the whole time? It almost makes me sort of sad and mournful to think of somebody like doing that and then making like almost the same album. But anyway, then I was like, I remember really liking this Elliot band, and specifically that False Cathedrals album. So I put that on and like did a listen to it. I had some driving to do, it was like one of those times. And that record, so this is the oldie that I'm digging back out of the catalog, I guess, for myself. What comes flooding back immediately is how fucking punchy that mix is. It's the drums and the bass are. I was gonna say, it's the bass tone, right? I mean,
I was gonna say it's the bass. Like something about it, like it holds down the low end. Of course, it's like doing its thing in between drums and guitar, but the actual sonic quality of that tone is just like so. It's really pronounced and forward, but not overwhelming.
It's like downright honky. it's like very
Yeah.
mid-range and doesn't have a super. I mean, it sounds like a bass and it sounds really loud, right?
That's what
It
I mean. Yeah,
sounds
it's very
loud and intense,
forward.
and with a very kind of a bouncy pluck to it, where it's the kind of thing where it sounds that way with if you have a really powerful amp and you're playing really gently. You know what I mean? Gently and precisely. And the strings sound tight. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of a bass thing. And there's something about the tone. I would love like a rig rundown on the bass guitar on that record because I honestly like there's times when I kind of wish I knew I want to know exactly how to make that sound because it sounds so different than bass guitar on so many records.
It does.
And really, really different. Like it's extremely distinctive, and it's the low frequencies are not that dominant, but you perceive them because it's all of that upper mid-range harmonics. Like you feel this thunderous thing, and when he goes down for like a low D or something on a couple of songs, it's like the deepness is there, but it's almost like a chord inversion because there's so much high end in the bass guitar tone that when he goes down low, it's like you're hearing nothing but distortion or something. It's the craziest thing. Anyway, I just found myself just like marveling, like this is the opposite of what I was just mentioning of songs or records from when we were younger where they didn't have a lot of money and we ended up with this sort of lo-fi production. This is like a very hi-fi-ish version of that, or at least that's how it strikes me because it's just so clean and like intense.
So also kind of tying back to what you were mentioning earlier about mixes kind of spreading back out.
Yeah.
Like I think this conversation might only happen among audiophile people or might only happen among other musicians and stuff, but the whole package that is an album, right? 10 songs, 12 songs.
Oh yeah.
Like I value that very highly. And I also think like there's more than just the songs. It's also like the mix presenting these songs is a factor in like your final assessment of this music, right? It's impressing on you itself because the same songs with a wildly different mix would land very differently and stuff like that. So anyway, I think it's really cool to talk about the differences in mixes like we're doing now and like talking about like, oh, this old album, the bass tone was wild, but like no one does that anymore. Why not? It's so distinct and cool and stuff. And I just wish we could get back to a place of like, let's make an album that sounds like nothing anyone's ever heard before in more ways than just the songs, right? In more ways than just instrumentation. And we talked about this a little while ago with Teenage Wrist. Like we said, I wish I had the balls to put the snare drum that loud. Like,
yeah.
You know, like that's cool, right? That's so cool to be like, oh man, that new Teenage Wrist song is really cool, and also that snare drum. What?
Likewise, if I'd been the mixer on this Elliott record, I'd have been like, you can't make the bass that loud.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Doing?
And it's like, and I would have robbed it of something really distinctive and amazing if I was too scared to do that.
Yeah. No Saint Anger though.
Saint Anger. I
heard a funny
comment
take.
on Safe Anger, I would need to listen to it because I have only heard probably parts of songs, and it was like a decade ago.
Yeah.
Oof.
Some say the snare is still ringing. Like it or not, we're the ones still talking about Saint Anger. So. Anyway,
there can be a bad still in the news, I think.
Of course.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get back into the world of guitar a bit, huh?
Okay, all right. This one's too long.
Okay. The Boss PX1, we were going to talk about this in episode 300, but we were just having too much fun. And,
fuck it.
So I said, fuck it. So the PX1.
Timeless effects, infinite inspiration. That's it. They've done it.
The Plug Out Effects is an innovative hardware platform. Okay, right? So it's a smart pedal with an app, and it's a nano cortex of Boss pedals only, basically. So
wait, does it model
no,
pedals?
No, it does not model.
So it's not
I'm
that.
kidding
it's
mostly.
So it's the pod of Boss pedals.
There you go. It's a little Boss pedal. It's a Boss compact size, which is fantastic, and it's got a little screen on it. on the foot switch, which blows
Yeah.
my mind.
But
It
it's a
has three
computer that you
controls.
step on.
Oh my God.
Remember that one?
I do. That was a joke
Dear-
from like
Dear listener, if
I
you
don't. I've
remember
had
that
multiple delay
reference.
pedals since then. Anyway, let's not ruin that with a lot of
Okay.
talk. Okay.
Okay. Get it on screen. Tell me about it.
Yeah. So let's see that. Yeah. Okay. 3 knobs, right, and some I/O and stuff like that. It comes with 16 effects: the OD1, SP1, PH1, SG1, CS1, TW1, SD1, DS1, CE2, BF2, PN2. What the fuck is the PN2? OC2, PS2,
Who's on boss?
VB2, DD2, and DF2. So,
Fuck you.
so those are all in there.
Yep. Sure.
You can access them on the app and stuff, and then control them. It's got the little screen and the readout there where you turn the knob and stuff. So, additional effects available over time with Model Pass purchases in the Boss Effect Loader app. So you heard it right, folks. This future updates to this pedal will have a microtransaction.
Okay. Now, pedal. What was it? Pedal Pass.
What are they? Oh, the service.
The server. Yeah.
Oh, Model Pass.
Model Pass. I want to use their correct branding. I think there are ways to do that are fair, and there are ways that are shitty. Now, when you say Model Pass, it makes it sound like I'm subscribing and waiting for things to come in, and that is not good. That is not the way that this should happen. However,
I agree.
If they would dole them out like DLC or have periodic releases, and then I can just buy up for a year or whatever for $15 or $40 or whatever it's going to be, that would be something, right? Like I'm cranking along, I dip in, I'm going to reactivate my subscription and get everything that's come up to date since then. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. So onward with this, it's got like really powerful DSP, blah, blah, blah. Stereo I/O, support for control with other foot switches and expression pedals, tap tempo, USB-C, Bluetooth, blah, blah, blah. It's got all of that stuff, okay? So I just, here's the answer to my question. The SG1 is the slow gear, auto wah.
Oh, I remember something about slow gear.
SP1 is the Spectrum, PN2, the tremolo and pan. So it's got a bunch of different categories and stuff, like, which is cool. So Model Pass, it says here, add more effects to the PX1 with Model Passes. A Model Pass is a license for adding a new effect to the PX1 plug-out effects compact pedal. Model Passes are available for purchase within the Boss Effects app for $9.99 each, starting in January 2026. And you can load it on with USB or Bluetooth. So it is just a single, like, I want this pedal, and I...
Yeah, you just buying individual things.
Adding, buying a plugin add-on, or I don't know, plugins are probably subscription, but so you say like, I want the PH3. If it's in the library, $10, you can add it, adds that to your pedal.
It's so weird they had to come up with that word Model Pass for that, but okay.
I agree.
It's like it's like currency. I expected it to be a subscription, but now it's like, do I have to exchange my fiat currency for Model Passes? And then I look through my wallet of Model Passes. You know what I mean? It was like, can't you just say each pedal is $9.99 or whatever?
I don't know. That's what makes me think it must be for like a future proofing that they could change what Model Pass gets you. Or like you pay $9.99 a month and you get 1 credit per month, and then you buy a pedal with that credit. Like that allows them to do other things. It's like the Audible model.
They could make pedals that are worth more too.
Right. Like the slicer that's like the 2-in-1. Maybe that would cost more. I don't know. But so okay. Are you okay with this? Like, is this an interesting a direction to take this in?
I think so. First of all, you said Alex was saying people are so mad about plug out. Like the term, is that what he means? Is that what you mean, Alex?
No, plug out is this pedal, this product.
Yeah, I know. Do they mean like because they created that term, or no, the concept of microtransactions? But it sounds like it's not. I mean, can they take it back if I buy something? Can they take it away? I don't know, man. To be completely honest with you, it sounds, for Boss, it sounds great because, I mean, without trying to, I don't, without being denigrating to Boss, like they're not the boutique kind of
course.
thing.
Yeah,
right?
I
Like
know
this
what you're
is,
saying. Like,
you know, it's
kind of a little bit of a who cares.
yeah, and like why not? Why can't I just buy a physical unit and then buy pedals to load into it? Like I'm not missing out on some kind of quality there or something.
Of
And
course.
that seems like a good deal to add an effect option for $9, $10.
Yeah. I don't disagree. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it. I got to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
I think microtransaction is a term that has a pretty bad reputation.
Pejorative.
Yeah, I don't know if this is this technically a microtransaction?
I don't know.
I mean, micro would just
$10.
mean the amount, right? So it's not like a 99-cent thing, but I don't know. It makes me worry about things like, is this a domino falling, right? And
Yeah.
suddenly like the really good amp captures from Neural are going to cost $9.99 or something like that.
Yeah.
I hope not. But
But it's still so much like I have to try to look at it like the value of an effect. Like when a Boss pedal would cost $100,
mm,
you know what I mean? If I decided I wanted to add a OD1 or whatever to my board, right? It's not
Yeah.
an expensive pedal as pedals go, but
it's not $10.
right. And
Yeah.
the pejorative part, the negative idea around microtransactions is that they're predatory, right? That they are going to lure somebody
Yeah.
in with something free, and then because the transactions are so small, you don't realize how much you've spent. But like, imagine buying 10 effects and spending $1,000 at Boss or $100 at Boss. Like, you have not been hoodwinked by this pedal, sir.
Of
You know what I
course.
mean? In that comparison.
Yeah. I think so. Actually, here we can see that scheduled for January 2026, the OD2 Turbo Overdrive DM2 delay and the DC2 Dimension C are slated to be added.
Okay.
Before committing to a Model Pass purchase, you can try out effects with demo versions that introduce a small audio gap every 30 seconds.
See, there you go. There's another like feature ad that you get by making the effects in this format. Is you can just remote demo something to somebody's house because they've got this platform ready to receive it.
Yeah.
I see that as highly valuable. I don't know, man. I'm coming down pretty positive on this thing.
So, yeah, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I do think Boss needs to clarify a lot of this, though. Like, I think they should be leading with, like, with that detail. It's like, it's all of them, right? Like, we have like 200 pedals. It's all of them, right? And it comes with these ones in the box, and to add more, like, we're going to be building out the library. Like, that's a different spin on it, I think, than like, it's gadgety, right? I feel like there's a lot of push towards like, it's a gadgety, it's got a screen, it's Bluetooth. Like, there's these buzzy features and stuff, which is like, yeah. And then I buy the pedal and have to buy the sounds for it separately. Like, I think like
right,
that's
but I mean, it comes with some, right?
It does. It comes with a lot.
Okay, let's what's the actual cost though?
Of the
what's the hardware cost?
Let's see. Boss PX1. I think it's pretty expensive.
Because that
looks like $250.
Okay, so $250 comes with 16 effects, which Derek expertly listed, and there's quite a bit there. There's a lot of classics in there, so that's not bad.
It takes MIDI too, huh.
And then it's stereo in and out and all this other stuff. And then for $10 a pedal after that, basically, or probably we can assume that eventually you'll have things that cost 2 passes or something when they get there. But like, you're adding pedals to it after that. So $250. Now, okay, so here's something I want them to clarify. Do I have a Boss PX account so that if I want to buy another foot switch so that I can use two pedals at the same time, do they both have all my pedals on them? You know what I mean? Because that's what
That's a very good question.
That's what I think. That's what one of the things that would decide if this is a good platform or not. Like if this is something that
if you have to
would
buy
feel
it again
okay.
per hardware, yeah.
Right. If I just go, you know what, I like these effects. I don't mind buying, $10 to get the new Boss effect that I want. I actually want another piece of hardware now. They should be cool with that as far as I'm concerned. Oh yeah, $250. There you go. Now you got two. It's on your account. It's like I have stuff like my hardware, my Apollo stuff. Those are in my account, right? So when I buy another piece of hardware, I register to my account. It has all my plugins. That's easy, and that's a makes sense feature. Just like being able to remote demo things for people, right? So I think
I do. It's like I agree that like the follow-up purchase thing feels icky a little bit. Like I agree with the community in that sense, but I also like talking it through. It is like, well, first of all, were you going to buy 16 Boss pedals?
Right.
Right. And which one were you going to buy that's not in here already?
Yeah.
Right. It's the 16 like biggest ones, which is a lot of pedals still, and then they're adding more, I would assume a few times a year, maybe something like that. So
yeah. Let me hit you with this. I also wouldn't mind, and this is probably bad from a marketing perspective, and that's why they wouldn't do it. But if I were there giving them feedback, I'd say you should come at me with, you should have another version of this. We should have the starter pack that comes like this. Or we should have the bare bones. You should charge me $180 and it comes blank.
Yeah.
Right. Because maybe the first one I buy is the $250 and then I buy a blank, you know what I mean? And it's registered to my account, right? Or maybe I don't care that much about the stuff that's in the basic 16 and I'm just going to pay the $180 and then pay $40 more for the 4 I actually want. I mean, it's a little bit of a pro feature if you ask me, like pick out the things you want. But
that's an interesting take
too. What I would feel like you'd be really taking care of your customer at that point where you make those sort of segmentation adjustments.
I think it's that would be cool. That would be cool. The thing that's just, I think, going to stick out for people though is the world of software updates free software updates covering digital gear updates,
right?
Kind of all the time, right? Helix has notoriously updated their thing. Line 6 has notoriously updated their thing for 10 years for free, and like massively improved the usability, the quality of the sound, the cabinets, all of it, and. For the one-time purchase of the hardware.
Right. So, and the mind share that buys.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't buy Boss pedals enough, I think, to make this worth it.
Oh, no. It's not like for me.
It's not for me at all. I'm also curious about how you can switch them. Because if it is just one Boss pedal at a time, more or less. I know it's got MIDI, so that must be something to do with it. But like, if I bought this $250 DS1, like, why did you buy that? We'd just go buy the real DS1 for $50.
Right, exactly. Yeah, they're not saying we're replacing all of our pedals with this either, because it's
right. It would depend on how quickly accessible like multiple pedals are within the thing.
Yeah, if I'm
I haven't seen any demos on how to use it, but
I see the page buttons and stuff. I think these rotary encoders must be clickable.
Probably
because we've got sort of a menu item from beneath each knob, so you can.
Is it a multi-effects? Like I don't think it's a multi-effects, so I don't think you can use like a delay and an overdrive and turn off the delay.
Right.
So
this is why I want that blank one.
Yeah.
I think they are looking at something that could be potentially very good product platform.
They're probably looking at things like a marketplace, like everyone has now, like a community platform to share sounds but a legacy brand like Boss is going to want to have control over like their IP. Like this is the
Yeah.
DS1, this is the OD1, blah blah blah. So
Right. It's
rather
not going to
than
be like Alex is saying, like user created stuff.
yeah,
I don't hold your breath. I don't think that matches what this
I think Boss's
scene
thing would be
is.
more about like just the iconic stuff that everybody knows already, plus like the Wazacraft angle, which is the
Yeah.
like high quality version of it, all those things too, with like some added features. So
Yeah. They can have people swapping presets. But does this even have, this doesn't have a way to recall preset. It's just 3 knobs. Like it's not.
in
It,
single switch, I mean, there's probably push and hold, but that's
yeah,
usually
you
a tap
probably
tempo.
can
But
recall a
like,
preset.
I just think, yeah.
I don't feel negative about this.
It's happening to me again now where it's like the
Yeah.
idea is good, but the actual on stage or in the practice room or buying the gear use
Yeah.
case is like, wait, what is it though?
Right.
Yeah.
The spend for the value you're getting if you count the effects is way different than the spend versus now. But what if I want to use the effects, right? Like, because it's
Yeah.
obviously like the reason it costs 90% less per pedal than if you were to buy them straight out. We're just use the shorthand. But it's because you can't use them at the same time unless you have 2 of these units. We're assuming they would even allow that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So now you've got a $250 DS1.
Yeah. Yeah.
In some capacity. I know you can then change it into a delay.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're getting into MIDI. I don't know.
But you have to get some kind of an ecosystem going where people can buy additional pedals. Like, how far does it go?
Like
Do you get one that's a controller, right?
To turn their thing into a multi-effect.
Right.
Yeah.
So here's the PX1, and then we have the PX1S, which is just the switch. Right, and it's going to daisy chain off of it with USB-C, so you just have a chain of USB-Cs, and you'll have a bunch of pedals. Only one of them is the brain running the effects.
Yeah,
the rest of them are just switches. You can chain up to 3 or something. I don't know. And those cost. How much could they cost? $50? The metal alone.
Does it have a screen?
No, it doesn't. Well, it would need a screen though. It would need a screen to show which one it is.
And what adjustment you're making,
right?
You know, because the knobs aren't labeled. So
this CPU probably can't run more than one at a time, though. Or I mean, maybe it can, because can you even buy a CPU that's so cheap that it can? Does anyone even make this circuit?
Do they make it dumb enough? Can you buy a TV that doesn't do high def?
Yeah. So my questions for Boss behind closed doors, where they don't have to admit it. It's like, how many effects could this little machine for $250 run at the same time? Mm-hmm. And would you sell controller buttons basically to like chain into it?
Them. Yeah.
Yeah. Do they attach to your account? So if I buy additional foot switches, there's different ways you could go, right? You could have, if I have multiple brains, can I get a blank one, you know? Mm-hmm. And so on. And can we do the chaining of the ones that are just switches without a CPU in them? They could build, I mean, clearly they're testing it out. And if this goes well, then maybe they would build out stuff like that. But I see it as like potential more than...
I agree. So, well, I mean, I don't know. We've been having like pretty good conversations about this type of thing the last few episodes of like, it's like I get it. Like it's good to do this product, and then, but would I use it? No way. And I don't know. I feel like that, to be honest, that conversation is so interesting because as just like guitar, I'm very generously calling us guitar media, you know, talking about this stuff, not looking at it from a manufacturing or a product side in any sense. Like I am absolutely not, you know, considering those details, but like I just am curious about like how much of it is shiny object syndrome of like, we need a product that's got a screen. We need a product that's got presets in a marketplace. Like, are they in search of a solution, in search of a problem with Boss, or is it what people want?
This doesn't feel as copycat to me as I think it feels to you.
I'm just, it doesn't necessarily feel that way to me. I think it's just like a thought, and I don't necessarily agree with that thought either. It's just like, is it that? Maybe.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I think this seems like a better product for somebody in my position than it is for somebody in your position. But I always
Maybe
feel
that's
like
it.
Boss is a little bit more on the beginner side of the guitar player world. And so it's like this might be okay for a beginner, and it also might be okay for somebody where it's like, I actually don't really use more than one pedal at a time, and so it'd just be like,
as
bam.
a beginner though, well, not as a beginner, but I think Boss pedals are now old enough that old Boss pedals are coveted, right? That's why we see the Wazacraft editions, you know? So while Boss still maintains the front line of like beginner stuff, are they going in a direction, or is the community creating interest in old Boss in a way that isn't going to scale to this, you know? I don't know. It's a stupid question. Like it's just like it's how I think about this type of release now. It's like, okay,
That's funny.
new pedal came out. Like, who's it for? What's it do? What does this mean in the context of everything
So
else?
curmudgeon-y.
I know. And it's not that I don't think they should do it. Like, I think I'm glad Boss has this thing. It's cool. I think there's like we're saying, there's so much potential. It feels like I'm insulting it, but like it could be a big thing, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I basically said, if you did these things, this could be really big. Almost like I think their minimum viable product is like not a fair test.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm basically like setting this up going, well, if this is all you brought, then it's a fail.
Yeah. Like, let's see come January when you release these three other pedals into the PX1. When's the next launch and what's going to be on it? Is it like we don't know anything and suddenly the new Helix update is out and it's a big surprise? Is it that?
Yeah.
Because maybe it's once a year. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's way more frequently. Maybe, I don't know. How many pedals are they planning to do? Could they do all of them?
The more pedals they do, the more they need these supporting products, these supporting segmented physical things. Because if I get up to having like 100 pedals inside this thing, or whatever,
only being able to use one at a time,
right? It's like it becomes increasingly stupid, actually, unless they add these other little sub products.
I think we've said what we're going to say about this.
Yeah, this sounds fine. I am. It's interesting. It is interesting. That's all. You know what I've got to do? We've got to do a next thing. We got to squeeze this thing into this episode. Hold on. Oh, that sounded like an end to me, so I stopped it.
Cool.
I have ended the poll. So the thing is, I keep doing this where the poll for what the next Riff Contest is going to be is started too late, so it doesn't just conclude on its normal 7-day cycle. I have to conclude it on the Monday, so I'm going to make the thing because I want to be able to play it for you. So, narrowly beating out Oasis, the answer is The Police.
Yay.
And I think there was sincere effort among the community to try to get a tie to happen between The Police and Oasis, which would cause people to have to do a mashup, I think.
Oh, is that the rule? If we have a tie, it's a mashup?
That's what they were discussing, and then somebody blew it and put a seventh vote onto The Police. So
somebody blew it.
Somebody fucking blew it. Eric, I think, was the one who was mad, but everybody's got different names now, so I fucking don't know who anybody is anymore. So anyway, I was like, okay, let me listen to some Police and then come up with a drum beat. This was by a wide margin, the easiest one I've ever done.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay.
And I said this earlier this afternoon. Somebody commented when they noticed that I'd closed the poll. Without saying anything bad about Stuart Copeland, who is a renowned drummer. his job in the police could have been done by a drum machine that was contemporary at the time and not fancy and modern. I listened to some songs for a long time waiting for him to fucking do anything besides the same beat. There's like a song where it was like, does he even play any fills? There was one I listened for ages. Well, surely the chorus is different. Nope, it wasn't. The most I got out of him was a cymbal crash between parts. It was like, and
this is fascinating to me. I think this is Justin's nuclear take, everybody.
I think
like a
so,
nuclear
because,
take you didn't even know about.
and I'm not saying that the songs aren't good, and I'm not saying that the drum arrangement that's in the song wasn't correct for the song and isn't part of why it's good. But it does stand out to me that I was just like, really? Like, he's just going to... And they're pretty simple drum beats, and they just kind of go on. There are songs where there's a different chorus and a verse, but there are plenty of fucking songs where there is not. And I was just stunned by it. I was really kind of shocked. So anyway, I created a drum beat that sounds like the Police to me. Frankly, it's more complicated than anything I heard him play. But I literally... Anyway, here we go.
Is this longer?
I must have made it really long and not realized it.
That's okay. No, let's keep it that long because this is the special one for episode 300. So
it's I think I think I did, because I did 16 bars, so I did 8 and 8 on an 140 BPM.
Perfect. Everybody knows that's the Police tempo.
I don't. It was literally
I wish you could all have seen my face.
It was the tempo already programmed. I don't know, honestly. They're not that far off from that. I think they might have tended a little slower, but it varies.
Yeah.
But it was the tempo that was in my preset that had the drum sound already in it that I just like flipped through and made it sound a little bit more like the Police. So anyway. Don't worry about that, but...
Still taking requests and recommendations for what the prize of this riff contest should be. So hop into Discord and tell us what you think the giveaway should be. Remember the easy listening pedal that we were just talking about from Earthquaker? It's the Fender Deluxe in a headphone amp thing.
Yep.
Somebody reached out and recommended that. $100, a little amp and a mini pedal. It's kind of a good idea. So, we'll see.
We had talked about potentially theming them a little bit when possible.
That's true.
So the theme for this would probably be a chorus pedal, right?
A chorus or flanger. Yeah.
Something like that. So maybe if there's a cool one, does Andy Summers have a signature?
Probably not for around $100 if he does. But yeah, let's like brainstorm that a little bit and chime in Discord and let us know what would be cool for that.
Yeah. All right, so this comes out on the Monday. You'll have 2 weeks from when it comes out to get them. Well, actually, if I do 2 weeks, then
That's
it actually has to be
episode.
3 weeks because then I have to wait to collect them. So, do we usually give people the 4 weeks to do it, 3 weeks to do it?
I think let's give them the month.
Okay.
Or is it a tone control month?
We end up subtracting a week from people or giving them an extra 2, basically. So
right.
That's all right.
I think giving them the extra time helps. So yeah, the rules are use the drums. They will be in Discord for you to grab and get it to us any way that you can. You can email it to us. You can drop it in Discord. You can send it as a voice note. Like whatever works. You can take a video of yourself doing it. It is all eligible.
In the past I have put up a Google form so that it takes your name and lets you write a thing about like what you use to make it and stuff like that. That has a file collection thing built into it too.
Oh, perfect.
All of the above, but yes.
Yes.
All of the above.
So that will be in the giveaways channel soon, and The big prize is a random drawing. So all you have to do is enter to win. Enter a submission, and you're in the drawing for the cool prize. And then the highest voted winner, who did the task the best, will get a cool Tone Control swag pack of like koozies and picks and stickers and things like that. So do it. That's what I say. I say,
That's
do
what
it, man.
Derek says, and I didn't respond for a second because I have now posted the beat in the giveaways channel right now.
He hath posted the beat.
It hath been posted.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
I got a chance for a really good segue here if you're ready to move on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Quick pivot. I should make some more pedal bumps. That's fun work to do. Anyway.
Cool.
Beats.
Speaking of beats,
I have been obsessed with the YouTube channel John Makes Beats for a couple of weeks now, and this is my recommendation, my thing of the week. John Makes Beats is a YouTube channel where John makes beats, and he's you've seen some of these now? Like, how would you describe what this is? He's making kind of lo-fi hip hop beats with without a computer, without a DAW.
Stuff. Yeah, he has an MPC or sometimes some keyboards that he's clearly connected. The MPC is the brain, but with a twist, huh?
Yeah, and so he's with the MPC sampling a ton of stuff, and I think the thing that's really carving out some of the viral hits for him is sampling old video games. So he's got a bunch of stuff of like sampling Resident Evil or sampling Parappa the Rapper or MTV
Mario Paint
Mario
was
Paint,
one of his
MTV
recent
Music
ones,
Generator. Yeah. And or even he did one with the Switch 2 where he just made beats using all of like the little percussive sounds that the menus make.
Oh, cool. Those would be great for it. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. So he pulls all these samples in, and I love watching someone like this work. And it's he live streams the making of the beats and then makes a very compressed video about the process.
The edit's quite good.
Yeah, it's fantastic editing. And it's just so different from like the rock world that I tend to be in. But it's also like it's its own instrument in the creation of it in its own right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fascinating to watch, and he always makes at least one choice, usually many choices that I never see coming. And I think that's like a really fun thing. I'm like, what are you going to do with this sound that you sampled? It sounds like shit. Like it's a bad sound. And then sure enough, he's like, oh, let's pitch it down. Let's time adjust it. Let's blah, blah, blah. He does all this stuff. And it's like, no, it was perfect the whole time. You were right. And I feel very like, it's like a foreign language in many ways, but I'm like captivated by the process too. So that's my recommendation. John Makes Beats.
Yeah, it's very cool. I have been getting these recommendations now in my algorithm because I watched the one that you pointed out to us about. It was this MTV Music Generator, which was a PlayStation 1 disc that somebody made like a DAW for PlayStation 1 because it was CD format. They could fit a lot of audio on it. That was the new hotness that they had just added to video games by switching to CD. And somebody made and it's like horrible, right? Like his use of it, he was like, he just can just barely get this thing to spit out sounds before, and then he's like, now we're gonna put that piece of junk away, but use the sounds. And there's some wet wild stuff in there. And I like to, it would be interesting to actually see his live stream because I come away from the edit, which is very fast and pretty expert from a video edit perspective, thinking that this guy he has like an astronomical amount of innate musical talent. You know,
that's what
like
it seems like. Yeah.
He's just one of these people who has enough. They're just in it. The harmony flows from their body. They just hit the right keys. Now, I'm sure he doesn't always hit the right keys the very first time, but like by the time it makes it through the edit,
it sure seems like it.
Oh my God, you know, it's like unbelievable. Yeah. So I would love to see him make a mistake one time, but other than that, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, and I just really like the production method, like where he's like the way he builds a track and the way he cuts the samples and stuff. it's like really satisfying to watch someone do and to hear the result instantly. And he kind of walks through what he's doing and why. And I just like the approach and sort of the idea. I've watched some of his other stuff now that's like kind of more, it's like a video essay, you could say, about like the difference between making music with a laptop or a computer and without using stuff like an MPC only, like without having your kind of typical computer music gear. And I think it's just like he makes some really great points about like human creativity, what brings you joy in like the music making process. It's fun, like do what makes you happy, kind of stuff. And it's just like a nice nice look at all of that, instead of like you got to use the latest and greatest. You got to use like everything that's unlimited inside of a DAW, right? Versus like this was the greatest sampler in 2003, and we're gonna use it today.
Yeah.
So,
fucking
yeah,
A.
dude. Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna do one. So my wife, I experience Instagram through my wife, and sometimes you, Derek, and sometimes your wife. That's so I don't really touch Instagram, but when I see Instagram, it's because you guys have sent me something. So today, just before coming out here, Marielle shows me something that she's discovered. There's a lot in her algorithm about people sharing or just like marveling at the absurdity of like some online conversations between strangers or near strangers, like particularly Tinder conversations. That just go, they go right off the deep end so unbelievably fast. So Luke Holloway, I am going to see what happens when I click on his Instagram here, if this is something I can put. Yeah, I can throw that up. Luke Holloway is some kind of music producer, and this guy is taking stuff, everything from bizarre Craigslist ads to Tinder conversations, and turning them into pop songs.
Okay.
And complete with music videos where he dresses up and does characters, and the faces he makes in some of these are
I got it now,
worth the price of admission. And anyway, I can't put any of them in here, but some unbelievable shit that people have said. And he's turned it into music, and it comes out really good. And so it's a lot of fun. So check that out.
Will do. We'll check out. Nice. Excellent. Okay. Are we out of here?
We did it. We fucking did it. So we did it. We talked guitars and music. We got all existential. We talked products and technology. We talked internet nonsense.
We talked Rainbow Duck Darth or whatever it is. Rainbow Duck Vader.
Duck Vader. Ooh, boy, it took me like 5 tries.
We got it all here at the Tone Control. Yep. And hop in the server, link in the show notes, get into the giveaway channel, and look, if you're only here to do the giveaways, that's awesome.
That's fine. I'm not going to hold it against you.
No. Great.
Links in the show notes to all the stuff. And in case you were wondering, yes, we do have a Patreon. And the Patreon supporters and their pocket change is what makes us able to do giveaways in the first place. And so we thank them deeply for every minute of show that they listen to and change that they throw in our big pile that we use for this stuff. So they are not actually, but this is what they've chosen to call themselves this week: the Michaelorian Rabbi Mother Flippin' Bob Pef Jorcaro.
Oh shit! Rabbi Bob is back to Rabbi Bob. Sorry,
never
man.
mind. Rabbi Bob. Carson Ricketts, Matthew Fenslaw, Ryzen Wolf, B. Gauss, 69420, Average Andrew D2, Sean Wright of Lollygager Effects, and the 300.
I think Andrew's different too. He's now Grogu D2. God damn it. Sorry, guys.
Grogu D2.
Cool.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.